Hey guys, it's Krista. I wanted to post a video about how I meal plan. This is something that I've done for a really long time, and I believe it's a good system. It may not work for everyone, but I'll just show you what I do. So I have a couple of things here. I have my recipe book, which I'll go over that in just a minute. I have my daily planner here. I have a recipe box. And then I have my refrigerator sticky. I'll go over that in just a second. So the first thing that I do is go to my planner. And if you'd like to see a plan with me video or want to see how I kind of lay this out and how I organize my life, check out the videos for that. They'll be on my channel. So at the back of my monthly spread, I have this list. And any of these spreads that you see here, you can find in my Etsy shop. I'll link that below. So basically what I do throughout the month, so back in the month of December, I took some time to go to websites, Pinterest. If I saw something on Facebook, I would write that down if it was something that I thought I might want to try. So I just gather recipes from everywhere, no particular place. And I jot them down like on a piece of notebook paper or on these cards itself, and I throw them in this box, right? So then when I'm trying to plan out my month, I'll get these cards out. I'll kind of look through them to see what I'd like to try. I look at my freezer inventory to see if there's anything I need to use up quickly. I look at my freezer meals that I've already made and try to plug those into the month. And then as I make my monthly plan, I look at, okay, what can I make freezer meals out of? And if you see like a ×3 or a ×2, those are meals that I'm going to turn into freezer meals that we can eat on the next month or so on. I do like to have a good amount of freezer meals in the freezer for those emergencies, or if someone gets sick or we can't get to the grocery store. I'd like to have something on hand that's quick and easy that I don't have to think about. One thing about my freezer inventory here, we buy all of our meat in bulk. So we always have these things on hand. Luckily, we have quite a bit of deer meat from this season, which is great. But I buy my chicken in bulk from a processor. So I think this last time I bought 200 pounds of chicken and I brought it home. I cut it up. I put it in freezer bags or vacuum sealed freezer bags, food saver bags. And that's one way to save money if you have the money to do that and the space to do it. I highly recommend investing in a freezer, like a food saver system of some sort. I have one that I really like. I'll link it below. And then we buy half a cow usually in bulk, and it already comes freezer. Why do I keep wanting to say freezer packed? Vacuum sealed. Goodness, it already comes vacuum sealed, so you don't have to worry about it. So buy in bulk as much as you can, because it's going to save you money, as much as your budget will allow and your space will allow. So yeah, after I go through my freezer inventory and my pantry inventory as well, if there's something in there that I know I need to use pretty quickly, I'll sort of incorporate that in here. So most of these recipes are new recipes, or sometimes if I just am lacking inspiration, I'll go to my recipe book that I'm going to show you in a minute and pull out something from there. But once I get the snapshot of what I need, then I go to my, where did it go? My weekly meal. So it's not labeled here, but this goes from Sunday to Saturday. When I do my monthly layout, that's the way my brain works. I have to do a Sunday to Saturday start. But when I'm doing my weekly, for example, this week, I have to do a Monday start because that's how my brain works. I need the weekends grouped together here. So that's how I do my meal planning on this. This is a sticky pad. It's like a Post-it note. You just peel it off and stick it to the refrigerator. I got this from Walmart, and I believe it's in the teacher section. It comes in a pack, and you also get, let's see if I can find them. You also get these in the pack. And I just use these for note taking. I think they're pretty cheap too. I think it was about $3 for that pack. So I like this because it can just stick on the refrigerator. Now there's fancier ones out there you can get on Etsy. You can make yourself where you can add your grocery list to this as well. This just works for me. So I take a look here, and so this meal plan is starting on the 3rd, starting on Monday. And so I write out exactly what I'm going to make for that day. Now, when I make this plan on the monthly, I don't necessarily take into account which days I'm going to do my Walmart order on. The majority of the time, I make my Walmart order somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe a day or before or a day after, depending on what it looks like. So I know I'm going to make my Walmart order on Tuesday, which is the 4th, because I'm running out of things. But then if I look through here, I'm making lasagna next Tuesday, and we're having leftovers on Wednesday. So I probably don't need a Walmart order until Thursday. So I'm going to try to make this stretch until then. So I really think about that when I'm making my orders. And I do order from Walmart because they deliver. It's worth every penny to me to have someone bring it to my door. And then the other thing I take into account when I'm doing my Walmart order or my weekly shopping list is, okay, this is the day that I am getting my order. So the next couple of days is when I need to use up the fresh produce. I stick things toward the end of the week or toward the end of the shopping period week that I don't need fresh produce for. So keep that in mind too. So I map this out, and then I write down on this to-do section how many of each types of meat I need to thaw out. Because there's nothing worse than going to cook something and realizing that you forgot to pull it out of the freezer, and there you are. And then you end up going out to eat and spending way more money than you wanted to, and eating terribly. At least that's what we do. So this shopping list right here, that's not my grocery shopping list. Let me show you what that is. I have another spread here in the back. So I'm not a pantry prepper per se. I don't need 25 years worth of food in my pantry. I know some people like to do that, and that's great. I would just like to have enough in there to where if something happens, if one of us loses our jobs, or we get sick and can't get to the grocery store, or there's another pandemic worse than this one where we can't get food like last time, if something happens, I want to make sure that we're okay. So my plan is to have a stocked pantry that I could probably feed my family for a year, maybe a little less. And what that looks like is this. And this is also in my Etsy store. So a little at a time, so that I'm not doing this all at once. I'm not breaking the bank. I'm not clearing the shelves out of these items where no one else can get them. I do this a little bit at a time, and I do it over the course of a year. I've been doing this for a while, and it's working out great. So for January, the focus is paper products and pasta. So every Walmart order, I'm probably going to order 2 packs of each, 2 packs of toilet paper, paper towels, napkins. And we have 4.5 weeks in January. So that will give me enough for the entire year. Same thing with this pasta. I'll order, I don't know, 2 or 3 packs of spaghetti each. Walmart order, maybe 5 diced tomatoes, 5 spaghetti sauces, marinara sauce, things like that. So it's not a whole lot at one time, but it starts to add up if you do this over a month. And then once I do that for January, I don't really buy these things anymore unless I need it, unless I run out. February, we go to hygiene products and baking supplies. March is cleaning products and canned goods and so on. And you can see that throughout the year, I have different categories for different months. And the way that I have this laid out, the dollar amount that I spend per month is just about equal. Now that's going to change because prices of things go up and down, but for the most part, I'm not spending a ton of money in February and just a little bit of money in March. It's kind of equaled out. So it took me a lot of time to map this out, but if you're interested in it, it is in my Etsy store. Okay, so I showed you that. Now let's look at my recipe book. So this is from the Happy Planner. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a recipe binder. And when I bought this, when I looked at all the tabs that it came with, there were not enough. And the categories just didn't work for me. It didn't make sense for what I needed. So I ended up buying 2 of them. So this is the first one, and the back of the first one, a little dirty. And then the second one looks like this on the front. And then this is the back right here. Now each binder comes with these blank pages. And then they are front and back. They have your title, directions, how many it serves, your notes, ingredients, prep time, and cook time. And they are front and back, like I said. So when I bought this, I decided to go ahead and buy 2 because the tabs just, here I can turn it over and show you what the tabs were. Some of them just weren't what I needed. I need it broken down a little bit more, but you have favorites, main dishes, small dishes, soups and salads, healthy fare, breakfast, dessert, miscellaneous, another favorites, main dishes, small dishes, soups and salads, healthy, breakfast, dessert, miscellaneous. So with the 2 kits, those are the tabs that it came with. I need something a little more detailed than that, so I renamed them. I have chicken, beef, pork, seafood, and so on. These note pages on the front I actually added. So if you have a Happy Planner hole punch, you can add pages. If you print pages from the internet and want to add this to your book, I recommend getting a Happy Planner punch if you don't have one. These pages come already punched, so if you don't want to add anything, you don't have to worry about it. These rings did not come with either of these books. I wanted larger rings so that it would hold the entire book. So I will link these below as well. And also just note, if you click on a link in the description and purchase anything from one of my links, they are affiliate links, so I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. It just helps support my channel. So back to the process. So here I put this little pocket here, I taped it in here. And what I do throughout the month, if I make something and it's a keeper and we really liked it, I will put it in this little pocket. Now these recipes I get from everywhere. I get them from the internet, Pinterest. Sometimes I just write down, like this one, I just write down ingredients and I just wing it. Sometimes I'll write down the entire recipe. Most of the time I change things. I have some picky eaters, so I kind of adapt it to my family. But in the future, if you guys want, if you see a recipe that I put out here or want to see where it came from, let me know and I'll try to link it below, because I definitely want to give credit to the person that I got it from. I will say probably my favorites on YouTube, Becky with Acre Homestead. I love her. She gives great cooking tips in general. She also does a lot of canning, a lot of bulk cooking, freezer meals. She's great. Mandy in the Making, I love her and I get a lot of inspiration from her. And then She's in Her Apron. She's great. I really like her as well. She does a lot of pantry, prepper pantry stocking. Those are probably my favorite 3 as far as food recipe inspiration. And then there's always Pinterest, allrecipes.com. I really like that one because you can put in an ingredient. Like if you have something in your refrigerator that you need to get rid of, you can put in that ingredient and it will show you all kinds of recipes that you can make just from that one ingredient. Or you can put in a list of several ingredients and try to come up with something to get rid of those. So I really like that. So if it's a keeper, I'll put it in this little pocket, and then once this pocket gets a little bit full, I'll write them out like this. Now, I will say there are a lot of apps out there that will keep up with your recipes. In this day and age, there's, you know, a lot of people wouldn't want to do this. They don't want to, you know, write this out. But for me, if it's something that my family really, really likes, it was really delicious, or it's of my own creation, I want to write it down because I will often turn to this for inspiration if I'm stuck and I can't think of something to make. I try to not make the same things all the time, so I'm always looking for different things to make, but I do reference back to this book a lot. And once I get it filled up, I'll start another one, and I think this is just a great thing that I could pass along to my kids later on in life. So I'm a fan of handwritten recipes. You may not be, but if you are, this Happy Planner is a really good option. So that's it. That's how I meal plan. If you'd like to see more of these videos, I will probably be posting more plan with me videos. I'm gonna do some budget with me videos, meal plan with me videos for my weekly meal planning. So stick around, like and subscribe. That just helps support my channel, and I'm just getting started on YouTube, so that would really help me out a lot. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.